In olden Singapore, you could often tell a person's dialect by their trade. If you were talking to someone in shipping or trading, chances are they were Hokkien. If you met someone in hospitality, they were almost surely Hainanese. And if you find yourself on the streets, slurping on a great bowl of noodles, odds are a Teochew passed you that bowl. Back in Chaoshan, rice was scarce, so the Teochews built a deep noodle culture. They brought that skill set over to our shores and added a few tweaks. They adopted our beloved FiShBaLL into their repertoire of condiments like vinegar, soy sauce, and lard, and in doing so, created one of the rare, truly Singaporean original Bak Chor Mee. This noodle dish is like an elegant line of code. So simple, yet so synergistic and potent. Soy sauce, lard, vinegar, sambal, a base so simple a child could put them together. But ask anyone who has had this dish before and they will tell you, this combination of salt, fat, acid and heat is one of the straightest lines to deliciousness. So, how about we go find the best one? 中的翅一碗，要辣。Mee Pok. New series, baby! We are here at Taman Jurong Food Centre to find 58 Bak Chor Mee. I am so excited to be doing this series for the first time because Bak Chor Mee is our national treasure. And while I really want to jump into this right now, since it's the first episode, we have to draw lines. To be considered in this series, the Bak Chor Mee must have bak chor. If they add fish balls on top of that, sure, but it must have bak chor. It also must have either Mee Pok or Mee Kia. I think Mee Pok is more iconic of the dish, but I might order Mee Kia in the series, we'll see. And then the base must have all of the components mentioned earlier. Soy sauce, sambal, lard, vinegar. There is a very loose definition for Hokkien style being more vinegar heavy, while Teochew style is less. But so many stalls have broken that rule such that it's a really loose definition. So, let's take the first step of a new journey. Bak Chor Mee is underrated. We need to be talking more about Bak Chor Mee. We need to recommend Bak Chor Mee to every tourist that comes here. This sauce base and the noodles is so potent. The synergy level is so high. You have the strongest hit of savouriness because I think there is hebi in the sambal, I'm guessing. You have that richness of the lard. You cut it on the spot with the vinegar, layering on top the fragrance of black vinegar. It's really a golden ratio. Not only that, they managed to coat the sauce very well onto the noodles. This is a common pitfall that I hope I don't encounter in this series. Sometimes they include too much liquid in the noodles, such that it starts to wash the sauce off the noodles to the base of the bowl. But here you can see the bowl, there is no excess, and whatever you don't leave behind, you put in your mouth. That's why the taste is just... Okay, I don't want to be glazing too much because I really love Bak Chor Mee and this is the first Bak Chor Mee. But Bak Chor Mee very nice. So let's talk about the not so nice parts. Noodles are a tad overcooked. There are still the curve to the noodles, you can see, but it is soft and has lost the whip. Still passable by every means, but there's still headroom. And then the soup, I don't want to go through the whole thing I said in the Wonton Mee series, but I suspect that it's adding an uncomfortable amount of umami to the whole dish. My tongue is reeling. Okay, let me just say one more time. Can we do away with this soup? I'm really okay with every soup under the sun. Give me ABC, watercress, whatever to 解腻. Just a simple sweet cleansing soup will contrast these noodles so well. But I know that is an unpopular opinion. A popular opinion would be to move on to the next spot. I'll see you guys there. Okay. 一个1号翅，要辣。要辣。
要辣啊。Mee Pok 米酱。
Mee Pok。
加面吗？
不要，谢谢。
不要加面。
不要加。
辣椒素可以啊。
可以。
不要加面啊。可以。7块。7块。谢谢。可以。We are now at West Coast at Ji Speciality Noodle. My biggest fear coming into this series was that a lot of Bak Chor Mee would seem about the same.
because the sauce base is very simple, right? So a lot of people end up at the same place. But even at the second Bak Chor Mee, this is vastly different. First of all, their menu, they have a lot of choices. They don't have a Bak Chor Mee. Their basic option is the one with prawn, and then they also have fish maw, mushrooms, prawn paste, depending on what you want. I got the prawn one, and another interesting thing is there is very little noodles. At the same time, extra noodles is free of charge. I cannot imagine that this is the average appetite. This is 1 or 2 mouthfuls, so I should have went for the extra noodles. And for the first time this series, a key ingredient in Bak Chor Mee, dried flounder or dried soulfish. If I'm not wrong, this is the exact ingredient that powers the soup in Hong Kong wonton mee. Might be a different variant of fish, but we see it again here in Bak Chor Mee. Okay, I yapped too much. Let's go. Oh, the soup looks very interesting. Okay, we'll get there. Wow. So fast, ah. This texture of noodles is what I would expect of a world-class pasta restaurant's tagliatelle. The body so satisfying, the curve so voluptuous. Al dente almost seems like an understatement. Good sauce, as you all can see, coated so nicely. Although this time, they opted less of the vinegar and more of the soulfish powder, if I'm not wrong. There is this umami, slightly bitter taste to the seasoning, which I think is 5% overdone, but still very, very delicious. If the powder is not enough, you get a bite of the crispy fish. Their intended flavor profile is very obvious. And then you come to the soup. Just a simple, sweet, cleansing soup will contrast these noodles so well. This is not scripted. Just now I said I wanted a cleansing soup. This cabbage is just cabbage, but it does so much. The sweetness of cabbage soup is very easily understood. It's very healing, especially after a heavy meal. Not only that, they put quite a good bit of meat here. And the advantage of serving it separately like this is that all this meat stays warm throughout the meal, all cooked tender, not tough, and I can still power on more hits. The prawn, one of the nicest prawns I've had in a while. Good size. This is 3 times the size I expect out of a Bak Chor Mee stall. And the flavor very fresh, very clean. Nice snap, you know the drill. I love expensive hawker food. When you give the space for hawkers to show you what they are capable of, and they dare to take it. If they dare, it usually means that they are pretty skilled. You get something as nice as this. But not without misses. I think the noodle portion is slightly small. I totally understand that it's free to add more noodles, but the baseline should not start from small. A little bit nitpicky, but if you have a first-time customer and they order it, and this is the amount of noodles that they get, it's not a good impression. For your regulars, sure, they will learn and they will order more next time, but small should not be the default. I also wish there was a pure pork version, but that is super subjective. It's up to them how they want to do their pricing and their business model. None of the means pertains to the food itself. Alright, let's wrap things up with our third and final place. We are now at Holland Dry Food Center to find one 如记 kitchen, and we have... If they add fish balls on top of that, sure, but it must have bak chor. I can explain. 如记 kitchen is very unique. They run 2 stalls side by side. One sells fishball noodles and the other sells bak chor mee. The bak chor mee is allegedly by the daughter, which is not open today. Bak chor mee.
bak chor mee 今天没有开呀。
哦，
这是 bak chor mee 来的，
哦，
这是一元米饼。
啊，可是不同的啦。
没有开，一样是料不一样而已。这是一元米饼。
哦 ，OK。
你不要问后面的人。
Oh, sorry. So surely the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, right? I just said at the start of the video that we cannot do fishball noodles. Can forgive or no? I tell you what, when we do the fishball noodle series, I will come back here and eat their bak chor mee. Deal. Forced deal. But for now, there's a definite possibility that I might like Bak Chor Mee too much. I might have to be a bit stricter so that the ratings will make sense. Really well sourced noodles. Again, the oiliness catches on it so well. They even pre-mix it for you, which helps with the distribution. And it's only now occurring to me that having noodles this way is actually a comparison for the sambal. Having 3 sambals back to back delivered like this with the noodles really highlights their differences. And perhaps the key difference in this bowl is shallot oil. Not just shallot oil, but their shallot is dark brown, which means that it has been cooked down in some way, probably in oil, low and slow. It's not crispy, nor is it crispy and then softened. It lends a very nice sweet fragrance that does very well in balancing the sauce. Noodles are cooked well, although not as cute as you would like. I want to say it's noodle quality rather than the cook. Like some noodles, because of the gluten content, because of the amount of eggs used, you won't be able to achieve that whippy texture even if you nail the cook on it. But I can't tell for certain. I know it's off topic, but the fish balls are very fluffy. A very different style of fish balls. They are not cute at all. And putting it in your mouth, they're very soft but big, almost like a cloud. Cloudy with a chance of fish ball mention. I'm 95% confident that this is in-house made, because I've never had something like this before. And I'm not going to talk about the soup anymore. Similar to the Wonton Mee series, I think if the soup is like this, I'm just going to leave it. Alright, I'll see you guys at the cafe. We are now at Tanah Merah in the metropolis. And I got my piccolo. So, Bak Chor Mee very nice, huh? As long as you don't overcook the noodles, putting that 4 ingredients together, even without including things that we've seen today, the Mee Pok or Mee Pok powder or shallot oil, that's 4 basic ingredients, hard to argue that it's not nice. As such, I think I really need to reframe what is a 1-plate Bak Chor Mee. Maybe across every series that I've done so far, Bak Chor Mee will be the most delicious 1-plate. There are of course many things that we haven't talked about with regards to Bak Chor Mee. Things like the doneness of the pork liver, very very important. We've seen a little bit today at 58, where even with a very thin piece of pork liver, you can see how it bends, showing how soft it is, really nicely cooked. But I'm looking forward to that thick cut, medium well pork liver. I don't want to rush every aspect of the Bak Chor Mee. We'll talk about it as it comes up. And things that have came up are the quality of soup. The one that we had at Ji, so simple but so nice. And other things that have come up is how well the sauce clings onto the noodle, which I'm kind of not sure whether it's that I visited 3 great places today, or this is the market rate that we should be looking at. Maybe I need to go patronize eat to zero a bit. Nah. 1 plate I'll walk for the Bak Chor Mee, 2 plates I'll take a bus for the Bak Chor Mee, and 3 plates I'll go anywhere in the city for the Bak Chor Mee. And the Bak Chor Mees today get 2-3. I can't possibly rate a fishball noodle in a Bak Chor Mee series, right? So I'll leave it up to you all to guess the rating. Not that it matters. A good time to remind you all that this series is about showcasing Bak Chor Mees so that you find the one that you like. My rating shouldn't matter that much, which I'm really excited for. I have a good feeling that we'll have some really good Bak Chor Mees this series. But for now, that's all I have for you guys this time. I'll see you all next week in the East. Bye!